live from the Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Comic-Con.
Hey guys, it's Jazz. I'm back at Tampa Bay Comic-Con for 2025. I covered 2024 and it was absolutely amazing. So let's see what 2025 holds. Let's go, guys. I'm here with Kim Rhodes. Do you mind telling everybody kind of what you've done with your acting?
Oh, with my acting. I was like, I have rescued chickens and with acting, yes. People probably know me most as Carey Martin from The Sweet Life of Mom, from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Jody Mills from Supernatural, and some people might know me as Linda Barnes from Criminal Minds, and I'd like to apologize to all of those people. I'm very sorry for everything she said and did. It wasn't my choice. She was awful. You're not wrong.
She just got paid to say it. There you go. But actually, it's funny that you say the rescue chickens thing, because I'm actually terrified of chickens. But
they're tiny pterodactyls.
Yeah,
you're not
they're
wrong.
So scary.
Yeah.
But yes, this was my childhood show. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was my favorite. And I'm actually just starting Supernatural.
What season are you on?
Episode 1.
Oh, okay. So you're just
started.
You just were like, I can't cuss on this, can I?
People have. You wouldn't be the first.
Oh shit! I'm meeting Kim Rhodes. I should probably see Supernatural.
No, he actually started. My dad, who's behind the camera, actually started watching it a couple months ago, and I was still watching the Vampire Diaries at the time.
Oh yeah, no, you'll like it. You'll like it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's intense, but it's really good.
Okay. Yeah. So, how did you kind of get into acting? What made you want to be an actress?
I started because I was going to be an English teacher, and I figured that I should be able to stand up in front of people and amuse them if I was going to be a teacher. And so I took an acting class when I was 19 in college, and I just haven't really quit. In retrospect, it fits with my neurotype because everything is scripted, and that makes me feel comfortable. Big feelings are rewarded, whereas in life I get told, "Woo, could you tone it down a little bit?"
I understand that.
Yeah, yep, too much, Kim. You're too much, and I know how people are going to respond to my big feelings because it's right there in the script.
Yes.
So that also was a reason I was drawn to acting.
Well, I love your muchness.
Thank you.
I love
Likewise.
it. Do you have like a favorite memory from a set that you've ever had?
Oh my goodness. You know, I it sounds like such a cop-out to say this, but I truly am the luckiest person I know. And I can't think of a least favorite memory from sets. I have worked with some of the most incredibly generous and kind and loving people, and every single moment made me a better person.
I love that. Do you have any advice for anybody that might be wanting to either get into acting or like be be in front of the camera?
I think it's important to, this is so trite and it's so hard to do, but learn to identify your own authentic voice and stories that resonate for you. Because if I try to recreate something that already exists, even if I don't fail, I will still be just a carbon copy of something.
Yes.
The only thing I can do with my voice is speak my heart. And so being brave, being creative, and being passionate are things that we need to give ourselves permission to be, because everyone is, right?
Yes.
Everyone is brave and creative and passionate. It's just, I stifle that when I'm trying to be this thing that honestly has nothing to do with who I am. So, yeah, and I think that's just life, right?
Yeah, it's just life.
That's just be you, because you are perfect, and you are growing, and you are expanding, and you are changing, and you are perfect, and your voice is exactly what it needs to be. So trust it. Let it out.
I think that was perfectly said. I don't think I could have said that any better myself. So thank you so much. And you're so kind and such an incredible person. So thank you.
Thank you. It was my honor to speak with you, my dear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys. Do you mind introducing yourself to everybody?
Sure. Hi there, everybody. I'm Lenore Zann, aka the voice of Rogue in the X-Men, as well as Aisha Clan in Outlaw Star and Starcatcher in My Little Pony, Lorca, the little boy dragon in a wheelchair in Dragon Tales, and many others.
Dragon Tales was actually my favorite show when I was younger, so that's super cool that you voiced that character. Out of
Thank
all
you.
of the characters that you voiced, do you have a favorite?
Not really. I mean, I love Rogue. She is definitely, well, she probably is my favorite animated character. Because she's a kick-ass superhero, but she's also vulnerable and lonely and full of very mixed emotions, which I get a chance to play in X-Men 97. And it's so nice to be able to meet the fans now after doing the show originally back in the 90s and not being able to meet any of the fans. There was no social media. There was not even any internet back then. So now we get to not only meet our fans online, but also at Comic-Cons like this as well. It's been 30 years since we did that show, and now it's come back with roaring back for Disney and for Marvel Studios. So it's an honor to be part of that.
Well, congratulations for
Thank
that.
you, thank you.
What got you into voice acting?
Well, I became an actor. I started off with theater at the age of 16. Did my first professional show, turned professional by the time I was 17. Starred in my first starring role in a rock opera on the life of Marilyn Monroe. I played Marilyn Monroe when I was 19. And then that led to movies and television, and I've got a ton of movies and TV credits. If you go to IMDb and look up Lenore Zann, you'll see pages and pages and pages of credits. And I got into doing voice stuff as well as the on-camera acting years later, really. At 26, I won an award for Best Vocal Performance in Canada, where I was living, for a play, a radio drama that I done. And then I started doing X-Men and a ton of other animated productions. So now I just do it all. I've got a TV series, live action, on TV right now, a new one on Peacock called Revival. And I have a recurring role in that, so you'll see me on camera. And that show was written by Tim Seeley, who's a comic book artist.
Oh, nice.
Who did a comic book series called Revival, and then this is the live action version.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have any advice for anybody that might be wanting to get into either acting or voice acting?
Yeah, I suggest that you take classes, and I also suggest that you audition for as many things as you can. Start off in your school, if you're in school, doing community theater, if there's community theater. Start there. Make sure that you like acting. It's not just about doing funny little voices if you want to do voice stuff. It's about actually being able to inhabit a character and stay in that character and give it your ultimate gamut of emotions and being able to express those emotions to the best of in the best possibility. And it's not easy. So, so I say, be an actor first, learn how to act and then take it from there.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You have an incredible resume, and
Thank you.
thank you for being so nice and doing this interview.
Absolutely, sugar. No problem.
Hey guys, so I'm Calvin with Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. We are an independent haunted attraction in Plain City. We've been around for about 12 years. We got a bunch of stuff going on. We got 3 trails, a hayride, 2 escape rooms, and actually last year, after we talked, USA Today ranked us the top 5 haunted attraction in the country.
Hey guys, I found this super cool booth. Do you mind introducing yourself and kind of what you do?
Yeah, no problem. My name is Cameron, so I do LED 62. We sell our Lumi LED lights, which are right behind me. So what we do is I have a giant industrial-sized laser engraver at our office, and we get giant sheets of plastic, and we cut out all of these designs, and then we put them in these custom-made bases, and they all glow up.
Is it like hard to make, or?
So the design part is the hard part. That takes me the longest. I have to sit down and design each and every one of them. But once I get the design made, I can just cut them all out, and it kind of takes itself over from there. So we have a website. It's led62.com.
Okay guys, that is the end of day 1 at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. That was a very full day, but I have an even fuller next 2 days coming for you. So stay tuned, and you're watching Teens Wanna Know. It's Jazz. I am here at day 2 of Tampa Bay Comic-Con, and I have an incredible day planned, so let's go. Hi guys, I am here with John Rhys-Davies. Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
How long do you have? I have 80 years of living. How much of it do you need in one brief thing? John Rhys-Davies, born in Salisbury during an air raid, grew up in Africa and Wales, went to RADA, went to university, actor, worked a little bit, done a few things. So what do you guys do? Send your answers comprehensively to this woman here.
Yes, and thank you for being so talented, by the way. I heard that you are really good at giving relationship advice. I was talking to your manager, so do you have any for us?
For you too, in particular.
Well, that's my dad, so.
Oh, hello, Daddy. You made a beautiful baby there. That's my baby over there. Wait a minute. That's my baby girl over there. Smartest thing we ever do in life. Relationship advice for you. Be honest. Liberate your brain. Speak what you want and do not expect men to read your mind. Right? Men are not mind readers. Women who really think that if you really love me, you know what I'm thinking, are doomed to a lifetime of disappointment, and their poor mates a lifetime of confusion. We are not mind readers, we men. Treat us like slightly mentally damaged 5-year-olds, and you'll get on well. You've got to explain an awful lot to us. Hopefully we are house trained or out of our nappies, perhaps. Will that do?
Yes, that will do. That was perfect. I honestly don't think that men are mind readers, so I agree with everything you just said. I have 2 brothers, and they prove that daily. So, last question is, do you have like a favorite memory from any of the acting work that you have done?
I have 80 years of life. I have at least 65 years of acting memories. I visit them frequently. There was a man called Lewis Mumford who said that a city without old buildings is like an old man without memory. And this old man has a lot of memories and will be writing about it himself one day if he ever gets round to finishing that autobiography. Till then, you'll just have to wait. That do?
That'll do.
Thank you, you patient viewers and listeners. And good wishes and good luck from a very old dwarf. P.S. Don't tell the elf.
You see, I just swore there. I couldn't help it. Okay.
Hi guys, I'm here with Stephen John Ward. Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Actually, this is a great time to clear up a misconception. For some reason on the internet it says I'm born in South Africa. I'm not. I'm actually born in Papua New Guinea, which is a tiny island off the coast of Australia. I then moved to South Africa and I was raised there. So I guess I'm going to throw that out there. Other than that, I'm a South African actor. I've been acting my whole life. I was a casting director for many years of my life, I guess. And I'm a dad to a beautiful daughter and a son. And I have a wife who doesn't murder me.
Oh, well,
know.
that's good.
Yeah, she loves me is what I'm trying to say.
She doesn't bully you.
I'm really good with interviews, as you can tell.
Well, at least maybe now IMDb can change your place of birth. Unless you want to be born in South Africa, either one. So, what kind of got you into casting, directing, and like acting?
So acting, I watched a guy perform on stage when I was 8 years old, and I thought it was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. He controlled the audience like he was the I forget what they're called. Were they the orchestra people?
The conductor?
Conductor? That's the one, yeah.
Like that.
And so I was like, wow, this is fascinating that he has this emotional control over people. And so I thought that was really fascinating. And I ever since then, I wanted to be him. And then he was really mean to me. And then I was like, I want to be better than you. And then that's like, was my trajectory to be like, I'm going to be a great actor. Just above average actor.
Just above.
And what was the second question? Oh, casting directing.
Casting directing, yes.
I still struggle with auditions. So I got into casting to learn how to audition, because it's completely different to acting for film. Doing an audition it's a whole different process. So I wanted to figure out how to do it and figure out like the ins and outs. And it really helped my career. I recommend that for everyone. If you want to be an actor, go work in casting for a bit and figure it out. And you get to meet directors there as well and stuff. So it was cool. And then I eventually became a casting director years later because I enjoyed directing actors.
I think that's awesome, and like that's a smart thing for you to do with the going into casting so that you could understand the auditions better.
Yeah, and I could stay in the industry while earning like not a salary per se, but while earning money. So it helped in both ways to remain in the industry and still be able to act and still not be poor.
Yeah.
Which I still was, but you know.
Not as poor.
Yeah,
There
I
you
wasn't
go.
living on the street poor, so.
Do you have like a favorite memory from either anything you've acted in or a casting that you did for somebody?
My favorite memory is from a film that I shot with a girl called Rhys-Davies. I'm probably butchering her surname and she's going to hate me for it. Rhys-Davies. It's right. Never mind. Leah.
We're going to go with this right.
Yeah. And it's because I'm thinking an American accent and speaking South African, so my head is jarred. But we shot a movie together, which was very touching and loving and sad at the same time. And it was just a beautiful time on set with everyone. And I'll always take that with me wherever I go. And she's a phenomenal actress. And it was very cool. She allowed me to be very comfortable in a space that I never would be comfortable in. And I appreciate that. It's nice to have an actor allow you to do that, help you do that.
Yes, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It was so great meeting you,
Oh, you too.
and interviewing you. So even though you said you were bad
Was
at
it?
them, you did great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Hi guys, I'm back with Chris Bartlett. We just interviewed him in Miami, but figured why not do it again. So if you don't mind reintroducing yourself, that would be great.
I'm actor Chris Bartlett. I'm known for The Mandalorian and a lot of the Disney Plus Star Wars shows. You wouldn't recognize my face though, because I'm fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2.
I got the right color shoes on.
Yeah, you do.
So
You're wearing blue.
there's that.
Yeah.
So was acting in doing this like a childhood dream of yours?
I was a huge movie and TV fan. There's so many characters that I grew up with that I loved, and wanted to be a stuntman actually as a kid. But as I got older, I wanted to be an actor because I love entertaining, and but I didn't know how to do that. So I started building costumes and coming to conventions like Tampa Bay Comic-Con and playing characters for people here.
That's
because
so awesome.
they wouldn't boo me. I could just
That's
walk
true.
away, or they could just walk. Right. But I would play characters for real, though. I wasn't just walking around in a costume. I would talk to people in character. If I was a stormtrooper,
All right, let me see your identification.
that kind of thing. And so Lucasfilm saw me doing this, and they invited me to come for an audition.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And I think at Comic-Cons it's so important to be the character.
Mm.
And I feel like not enough people are, as you've seen recently.
Yeah, a lot of people spend time on their costumes.
Yes.
And then to be in it is physically demanding, and they might be hot or tired.
Yeah,
or
for
something.
sure.
And so, but for them, being in the costume is enough, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's really fun
Yes.
to see someone who has like character energy, or whatever their character they're playing, and so you get different amounts of nerd commitment. I think
Yes.
so it's always fun to see that.
So if there's one character that you could play, what would that be? Like out of any genre, any movie, anything.
Oh my gosh. Well, I would like to play a character where my face isn't covered. So I could play, because it's a real challenge, to play physical characters where the face is covered.
Yes.
All the acting is, you have to show emotion through physicality. But yeah, I would like to play a character. We call it on-camera roles, where your face is shown. And so I've started doing that over the last year. I've been playing a couple of characters. Just wrapped on a comedy series called Schmitty's Circuit, created by Cheryl Chase from Rugrats. And I play a main character named Calvin Culpepper, a very successful actor on the #1 sci-fi show in their universe.
That's awesome.
It's fun, yeah. So more
I'll
of
definitely
those.
have to go check that out.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing another interview with
You're
me.
welcome,
It's
Jess.
so nice to speak with you.
Always a pleasure. Yeah, nice
Thank
to see you.
you.
All right.
Hi, everybody. I'm here with Doug Jones. Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Oh my gosh, well, that's a long story because I'm really old. There's a lot to tell. All right, my name is Doug Jones. I'm an actor in film and television. I have worn a lot of rubber makeups, turning me into monsters and creatures over the years. And now in my older age, I'm playing more humans than ever before. So I've done both all along. But what I'm more known for are like the monsters and creatures that would be like I was Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies. I was the Silver Surfer in the old Fantastic Four movies. I was I was Billy Butcherson in Hocus Pocus 1 and 2. I was also some ghost ladies in Crimson Peak. I was in artsy films, Pan's Labyrinth. I was the Faun, El Fauno, and the Pale Man, in that movie, and also in The Shape of Water, the multi-Oscar-winning Shape of Water. I was the fish man on the cover of that movie. So I have a long history, 39-year career of playing lots of like, meh.
That's incredible. You're so talented.
Oh, well, I'll let you say that. I can't say that, yeah.
How did you get into acting?
Well, funny stories that I actually was pursuing sitcoms. I wanted to be like a goofy next door neighbor on a silly comedy show with a live audience for a half hour. Right? When I got to Hollywood, though, I'm 6'3.5". I have a mime background, and I can also put my legs behind my head. So they had contortionist and mime on my resume. So my early agents sent me out for all these roles that were physically involved, right? And a lot of physically involved roles come with a look that was then glued on to me.
Yes.
That's how I met, I started doing TV commercials with those kind of roles. And I met creature effects makeup designers that put those looks on me. They liked working with me. And that's our lesson for today, kids.
There you go.
is get along with your coworkers. Don't be a diva, right?
No.
If you say yes to a job, finish the job and do it well to your best of ability, and they'll remember you as the nice guy, which they did. So again and again and again, those creature people are the ones who have referred me over the years for the next job and the next job. When they're working on a movie and they see a tall, skinny alien, it's like, I worked with a guy that kind of looks like that, so I would get the call for that. So my career kind of built and snowballed over the years from the creature effects people, and I owe them everything.
That's so amazing, and
Yeah.
that's so awesome that they would do that.
Yeah, right?
My last question is, do you have a favorite memory from your acting years?
So many happy moments on film sets. I think let's go back to Hocus Pocus. I did Hocus Pocus 1 and 2, and they were filmed 29 years apart from each other. So the first one was in the early 90s, that some of you may have grown up with, and then the newer one just came out in 2022. So a happy memory was from Hocus Pocus 2, when after filming the first one, I was younger, I didn't have as many movie credits, and I was like, oh my gosh, Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy and Jimmy, they were all famous in their own right, and I was a fan of all of them. And 29 years later, I had my own career built up by then, so I come back to set thinking like, yeah, I'm a peer of theirs now, but I got in front of them, I was like, Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy and Jimmy. But the difference this time was Bette Midler was like, oh, Doug, what was it like filming The Shape of Water? I'm like, she's a fan of mine now. Okay. That was a happy memory. It's like, Bette Midler is one of my fans. Okay?
I love that.
Yeah, happy stuff.
That's incredible. Well, thank you so much. You're such an amazing person.
Oh, you are too, love. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Hey guys, do you mind introducing yourself?
Hi,
to
my name is Nia Vardalis, and I am here at Tampa Comic-Con. We are talking right here, right beside Joey Fatone, who plays the cousin in all the My Big Fat Greek Wedding movies. And Joey invited me, and that's why I came.
That's so awesome. So, speaking of that movie, do you have like a favorite moment from filming that movie?
I think the favorite moment is when we were doing all the dancing scenes, because Joey can really dance, and we were having a really good time. And I realized in number 2, I actually wrote a whole arc for his character because he sings and dances. But by number 3, I just made sure we trained the camera on him in all the dance sequences.
That sounds like so much fun. You also do voice work, don't you?
Yes, I do. I do voice work. I'm the mom on Star vs. the Force of Evil, and I've been on Wonder Woman Bloodlines. I love doing voice work. I love being here. I'm meeting all my idols. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love Star vs. the Force of Evil. I watched watched every episode twice,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it was such an honor to be on that, and I'm on DuckTales too. And I'm on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse coming up, but I'm not supposed to tell anybody. Oops.
Well, sneak peek. It's okay.
Yeah.
What kind of got you into wanting to do acting and voice acting?
In the first place, I liked doing voice acting because I was doing commercials where I was saying Toll House bakes the very best, like that kind of thing. And then I was like, wait a minute, what about people who get to do all these cartoons that I've been growing up watching? So I asked my friend how she got into it. I took a class and I got hired.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
That's so
you.
awesome.
Thanks.
Do you have any advice for anybody that might want to get into this?
Yeah, I say, you know what? It doesn't matter how many no's you get. You only need one yes. And that yes will lead to the next one. And the no's build character. And when you're first trying out for stuff, if you have a hard path, but you really want to do it, don't let anybody tell you what you're supposed to be doing with your life. Just keep trying.
I love that. Perfectly said.
Good.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for this
Thank you.
amazing interview. And it was
Thank
so
you.
nice meeting you.
I'm so sorry that I hit you in the leg. I'm really sorry about
I know.
Sometimes I can get a little violent. That's what I do.
It's okay. We got her all braced up now.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you. Thanks.
Do you mind telling us a little bit about you and your...
That's Nia. She always likes to play jokes, but I'm Joey, and I was in a group called NSYNC back in the day. And this song was really known, Bye Bye Bye. It was actually just a Deadpool and Wolverine movie as well. But I've done a bunch of other stuff, so that's kind of why I come here to Tampa and do the Comic-Con, of course, and it's been great.
So what kind of got you into music? Yeah.
My dad. My dad always listened to doo-wop 50s, like 1950s doo-wop music from Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, which you probably don't know who those are.
I love them.
Okay, you love them? It's just one guy in the group. You know the song, Why Do Fools Fall in Love?
Yes.
That's the song. What else? The Jesters. There's a bunch of 1950s songs. Anyway, that's how I kind of literally found the love for music with my dad.
And I know you're on The Masked Singer. How was your experience on that?
Very hot and sweady.
Very hot and sweaty. I
In
can
a
imagine.
costume. Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was fun. I was the first season to do it. I was a rabbit, if anybody saw it. And it was fun. I mean, I saw where it was like really hot and crazy. Hi. So you can just come on up. Princess Peach is coming up saying hi. But it was one of those weird ones where they don't see you, they hear you, and meanwhile you're jumping around in a rabbit outfit. I had to keep it a big secret, but it was a blast. It was actually really one of the most interesting, funny moments too, because you're standing next to a peacock and an alien, and you're shaking and waving at each other. You don't know who it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. That show seems like it's so much fun, and you did amazing work when you watched that season. So you were actually our favorite, even though they couldn't see you.
Exactly. It happens. It's okay. But you saw me as the rabbit.
Yeah. So do you have any favorite memories from your time in spring?
Yeah, I mean, always. I mean, I'm always still doing music, even now, performing-wise. So anytime I do stuff from NSYNC and stuff like that, it just reminds me of back in the day, of doing that with my other boys, even though it's just me sometimes. It's just, it's a fun, nostalgic way to reminisce about what I did in my career, actually. Honestly, it's like a lot of stuff I do in the shows, stuff that I do now, I think kind of through the things that I've done throughout my career.
That's incredible. I was talking to you earlier about My Big Fat Greek Wedding. How was that? How was filming that?
That was amazing. It was one of my first really big. I did another film before that, but to really kick off something like this, where it's completely out of anything that I've ever done before, didn't have to do really with anything music or anything in that sense. So it was really fun, and it became one of the biggest romantic comedies of all time. It's crazy.
Well, congratulations. You have an amazing resume, and you're very talented.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
No problem. That's fine.
We're having such a wonderful time. The air conditioning is blowing. It's about 62 degrees Fahrenheit here in the building. Sorry.
Well, I'm here with Daniel Logan. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and kind of what you do?
Well, that's what I do best, is talk about myself. So that's easy. This is going to be an easy interview. So my name is Daniel Logan. I played the young Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones back in the early 2000s. I was Jango Fett's son. My father got his head chopped off in the movie, and I was the little guy who picked up the helmet and nodded my forehead to it. Then I came back later on, about 8 years later, and I was fortunate enough to be able to reprise the role of Boba Fett in the Clone Wars cartoon series. And then I did the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga game, and they brought me back in the flashbacks in the Book of Boba Fett. And then I just did some of the young clones in the Bad Batch cartoon, all Star Wars.
That's awesome. My brother has watched the Clone Wars probably 17 times, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy, but
Is he able to
loves it.
recite the? Is he able to recite the all the episodes backwards yet, or is he only able to go forwards?
Only forwards.
We'll get there. You know, maybe when he gets to 37, he might be able to start going backwards. You know.
There we go.
How old's your brother?
He's 19.
Hello, brother, who's 19. Keep up the good watching. Stay committed. It's a good franchise, and it's a good cartoon.
His name's Ben. So.
Hi, Ben, brother, who's 19, who's watched the Clone Wars 17 times.
So, what kind of got you into wanting to be an actor?
Well, I actually played rugby, and a commercial came at my rugby club. My coach put my name down. I went along, and I ended up landing the role. And a lady at the commercial ended up falling in love with me, and she was like, "Well, your son's got charisma. He looks like he's got some form of talent. Would we be able to get him some more roles?" So my mom's like, "Excellent, yes, let's do it." So so they ended up getting me a whole bunch of commercials, like a bread, an airline, a milk, and all these different commercials. And then she got me an agent, and then from there, my agent kind of fell in love with my personality and who I was as well, and then ended up sending me out for audition after audition, and I ended up landing, quite a few roles in Hercules and other TV shows, and then Star Wars came about, and she gave me all the confidence in the world. She said, I got you an audition for Star Wars. You're not going to get this role, but we do have a positive. We're going to be able to forever sell you as the kid who auditioned to be the kid in Star Wars. So that was meant to be the highlight of my life.
Oh.
That I was meant to be the kid that was meant to be the kid that was going to be in Star Wars.
Yeah, you were supposed to be the second runner-up there.
Probably 3,000, but you know what? I ended up landing it, and by everyone's surprise, here I am today.
Was there a specific reason why she thought that you weren't going to land it?
Well, it's Star Wars, and I'm from New Zealand, so, I mean, the likeliness of someone or something like Star Wars coming down to New Zealand and finding their perfect character or perfect person to play a character in their franchise, I think was very minute. Even though they had already hired Tim Morrison to play Jango Fett, the likeliness of them coming back twice to find the kid character of him, I don't think they even thought it was possible. And then I think I auditioned out of like 3,000 children worldwide. Oh, wow. And it's like hitting the lotto and Powerball and continuously hitting it over and over, so it was really just a huge blessing, to be honest.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you have any advice for anybody that might want to be getting into acting?
It's funny because when I got into acting, I didn't really even think about it because I was so blessed that this lady, picked me up and basically handed me the acting world. And if it wasn't for her, I really would not be sitting here where I am right now. But then over the years of coming to conventions and, people coming up and asking, how would I get into acting? How do I, pursue a career and become an actor? And, you hear all these other actors just say, well, just get an agent, just get an agent. And for me, that's kind of a throwaway answer because just get an agent. You know how hard it is for an actor just to get an agent, let alone someone who hasn't started off with anything at all. And so this is just my idea. This is just my theory of maybe a possibility of how it might be able to work is you have to become the Justin Bieber of today's society as an actor, right? He put himself out there. He videoed himself with his talents, playing a guitar, singing songs, and someone saw it. Someone saw it online, and if he would never have put himself out there online, he would never have had the opportunity. So my idea is basically get with a whole bunch of people that are interested in acting or the career of film and television, right? Usually a good place to start is at high school. You have people in drama class and theater class. They obviously are some form of interested. Well, when it comes to theater, you've got people who are lighting people who are interested in trying to do the lighting part. You've got someone who's, if they've got a film, like a camera crew that do film certain things around the school. get with them, pull them all in together. Go online, download some scripts, go to a thrift shop. You will find so many amazing different clothes that we can call wardrobe or costumes, and produce stuff yourself. Memorize the lines together. Get the guy that you found at school who has, the capability of being able to, use a camera. The guy who's able to use a light, lighting and can figure out lighting and stuff like that. Bring them all in together, get together and film your stuff as one. Then put it out there. There's YouTube, there's Instagram, TikTok, all these different platforms that you can use today to be able to put yourself out there, or even if it doesn't get seen, collect all of the things that you've been recording on your own, and then you can use it, what we call in the business, a film reel. And when they say, well, what have you done? Do you have anything you can show me what you worked in? Well, it might not have been aired on television, but you have taken the initiative to film your own stuff, your own content, and now you've put it all together so that when you go into someone, you can give them that and show them it, and at least they have an idea of which range of acting you can do. Make sure you stay tuned because there's going to be so many more awesome interviews from here at Tampa Bay Comic-Con, so stay tuned for the next interview. You're not going to want to miss it.
Thank you. Do you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about what you do?
I don't do anything. Yeah.
Either.
I just turn up and ask what time lunch is.
Valid.
That's about all I do. What time is lunch? But I do a little bit of this stuff sometimes, a bit of acting on the side. I love singing. I'm learning a new song at the moment. It's called Fly Me to the Moon, but I'm learning the Doris Day version.
Oh, okay.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like from Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. You don't have to kiss me.
Okay.
Fill my... Okay, yes. And what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I do this sometimes, and then for my actual job, I do modeling.
Modeling?
Yes.
Wow, well, you got the right height. What are you, 5'5"?
Yes.
Very good. 5'11".
Almost 5'11",
Oh
yeah.
my God, you are 5'11". Wow, that's good. That's good. I want to be a model when I grow up.
You could be.
Yeah. An old model. They have old models?
They do.
That's good.
I work with some of them sometimes.
Oh, that's good. Well, I might have a chance. But I'm from a little place called down under, called New Zealand. That's just south of Australia. And we have a population of about 5 million in the whole country.
Oh, wow.
And most of the people are all in the big cities, though. So you can go out in New Zealand, and at about 6 or 7 o'clock at night, you'll see nobody. They've all gone to bed, so it's pretty conservative. Farming is a big thing down under. Milk, of course. We love our milk down there. Cheese. Rugby. We've got the All Blacks. They play rugby. And some great actors from down there as well.
That's awesome. I've never been to New Zealand. But
You haven't been there yet?
I've never been
there.
there.
Well, please put it on the list.
Definitely.
Please put it on the list. You'll love it because that's where Lord of the Rings was shot, right? Just to give you an idea of the vista of the landscape we have. So Lord of the Rings has really increased our tourism market. So the other good thing is we have a wonderful landscape within a short space, you know what I mean? So you can drive out of the city in 10 minutes, you're in a completely different landscape. And also the food is good down there too because of our isolation. And the people are generally nice, and we kind of, sometimes I understand sometimes hitchhikers could be hitchhiking around New Zealand, and people will pick them up and take them home for a cup of tea and a sandwich, and then drop them off again. So we're very nice people. Of course, I'm one of the Māori. I represent the indigenous people down there. We're the Māori race. We're like the cousins to the Hawaiians, Tahitians, and so it's nice to be here though, in Tampa Bay. I've never been to Tampa Bay before. I've been to Orlando, but it was lovely to come to this convention, and I've met some of my some of my people that I used to watch as a young guy, like the Fauns, Henry Winkler, and Lou Ferrigno over there. I had a wonderful dinner with Lou, and we talked about a lot of things. And yes, I've been having a great time. Saw Lou Diamond Phillips here as well. I love that movie La Bamba. So there's a guy walking around with a knife. Wait a minute, what's those kids out there? Oh my God, he looks scary too. He's got all that white paint on his face. Okay, what's that guy's name with the white paint on his face? I think he hides behind the hedge. One of those spooky movies, you know the one? Scream, could be from Scream, I think. And look, we got a doctor here, and that's how I started in this industry. I played a doctor in a soap back in New Zealand, and of course the doctor's hours are so long, so I thought I'd give it a go in Hollywood. And so I took myself to Hollywood, and it wasn't easy at first, but I got a few auditions. And my first Hollywood movie was with Pamela Anderson, in fact. It's a movie called Barbed Wire. And then from that moment on, I've been sort of steady. But my big project I have out at the moment is it's an Apple show called Chief of War, starring Jason Momoa. I feature in that 9-episode epic as well. So that just came out yesterday. So I'm being very blessed that I've been able to work not only in New Zealand, Australia, but I can also, come up here to America and work in some Hollywood stuff as well. So yeah, that's the new one to look out for. It just came out, got released yesterday, so look out for that one. Chief of War on Apple TV Plus.
That sounds amazing. I'll definitely check it out. And
Okay.
I'm sure my brother will watch it too.
Oh, it stars Jason Momoa, so you'll love it too.
Yes.
Very good. And I'm in there a little bit as well. So I'm hoping I'm saying things that are relevant. And
Yes, you are.
And it's all good. The
Yes, that was
cameraman
perfect.
seems to be laughing over there, so looks like he's having a great time.
Yes.
And I wish you all the best with your modeling career too. So
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're going to get into acting as well?
I'm thinking about it yet.
Yes. Well, you've got the look, so
Thank you.
so you're halfway there. Yeah, halfway there. And if I can do it, well, you can do it, right?
Yes,
No
thank
problem.
you.
Okay. Lovely to talk to you, and whoever's watching.
Yes.
Lovely to talk to you guys as well. From Timothy Morrison, live from the Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Comic-Con. This is Timothy Morrison for Tampa Bay Comic-Con News. I sound like one of those reporters.
Yes. I'm here with Landon McDonald. Do you mind introducing yourself and kind of telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, absolutely. My name is Landon McDonald. I've been voice acting for about 9 years. You might know me as the voice of Inmu from Demon Slayer Mugen Train, Rampo Itagawa from Bungo Stray Dogs, and Vice Captain Hoshina from Kaiju number 8.
That's awesome. So, what kind of got you into voice acting?
Well, it's kind of funny. I was actually originally in Los Angeles for grad school. I was going to USC. And I had Tuesday nights free, and I thought to myself, okay, what's kind of a fun, uniquely LA thing that I could do on Tuesday? And this guy named Richard Horvitz, who you might know as the voice of Invader Zim and Moxie from Hell of a Boss, he was doing a workshop in Burbank. And I just kind of went and did it for fun. It was just purely for fun. But after about the first half hour of the class, I was hooked. The acting bug, it bit late, but it bit hard. I had a whole other life planned out for myself as a, PR or marketing guy. But then this kind of presented itself. And I was like, oh, this seems really fun. Let's see if we can make this work. And thankfully, almost a decade later, I've made it work.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
Incredible. Do you have a favorite character that you voiced?
Gosh, the Vice Captain from Kaiju number 8's right up there for sure. Rampo I love because I grew up with the Sherlock Holmes stories, and so it was fun to get to put my own kind of stamp on an eccentric detective character. And also I would say there's a show called Buddy Daddies that I'm really proud of. I got to play Kazuki in that show. It's about two assassins who end up having to, they adopt a little girl and kind of have to work-life balance, I guess.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, do you have any advice for anybody that might want to get into voice acting?
Ooh, voice acting or, succeeding at voice acting is mostly about right place, right time, right set of skills to meet the moment. But you don't know when the moment's going to come. So you always have to kind of, keep an eye on the horizon and just kind of power through. Patience, persistence, there's a lot of things you really have to kind of you want to have focus, you want to have drive, but you also want to be realistic. You know, you don't want to. It's not going to happen overnight. What even if you look around and you see people where it's like, oh, this was an overnight success. It only looks that way from the outside. You know, it's like looking at an iceberg. You know, you're only seeing the tip of it. So it's important to keep those things in mind. And also, yeah, just that success looks like different things for different people. So, you know, you want to be clear in your goals, but you also don't want to be to the point where you're being unrealistic in your expectations.
I think that's perfectly said.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely.
So my last question is, I know you do a lot of anime voices.
Yes.
Do you watch anime yourself, or did you kind of develop that in after you went to that voice acting class?
Well, it's kind of funny. I in high school and college, I definitely watched a lot of it. I used to watch the Toonami block all the time, and still do sometimes when something of mine pops up, like Dragon Ball Daima. Actually, I'm one of the 2 villains in Dragon Ball Daima, and we just had our Toonami debut about a month ago. So it felt like old times going back and watching Toonami. But in general, though, yeah, I nowadays it kind of feels like work watching anime, to be honest. But I still do it for research purposes, and every once in a while, a show will come along or a manga will be out there. Well, I will pick it up just because it looks fun. Chainsaw Man. Way before I was a part of Chainsaw Man, I was already hooked on the manga, and it's good because I ended up playing the Future Devil, who knows everything about the future. So you know, I know all the spoilers. Even before I was cast, I knew all the spoilers for the show and the manga.
Well, thank you. That's so amazing.
Oh, my pleasure.
And
Absolutely.
You're so talented, so thank you so much.
You're very sweet. Thank you very much.
I found Chica. Do you mind telling me a little bit about how you made your costume?
Yeah, absolutely. So my entire costume is made out of EVA foam, but I started with a 3D model I found on the internet, and I took the 3D model and I sized it up to what I thought would be the correct size proportions for Chica, and then I threw it into a paper making software on the computer, and I was able to print out paper templates that I had modified on the computer, and I transferred all of those patterns to the EVA foam, and that basically created the big cartoony character that you see now. And I just covered it all in fleece and fabric and added a few details, and there you go, you've got Chica.
That's incredible. What kind of got you into cosplay?
It was a combination of a few things. One, I loved dressing up on Halloween as a kid, like all the time. I always felt like I needed to have the best costume out of any kid in my class. So as I got older, I just liked making things in general ever since I was little. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I try actually, building a costume? So I watched a ton of other people on YouTube. That was another big factor, was YouTube. I Googled a bunch of things on like, oh, how do you make this? How do you make that? And it basically just took off from there. I learned a lot of things from YouTube, and I put my dedication into my hobby, and I love it.
And you're so good at it. You're so talented.
Thank you.
So what is your favorite thing about Chica?
My favorite thing about my costume here would definitely have to be the moving eyes that I've got, the moving and blinking eyes. I do have to admit, I had a lot of help on that. My dad helped me quite a bit. He's an electrical engineer, so he kind of did all of the software for that. He did the coding and then the soldering and the wiring and all of that. I finished up the eyelids that were 3D printed. I sanded them and painted them. I made the eyeballs out of Christmas ornaments. I figured out the entire mounting system inside to actually get my head to stay in here. And that's where the eyes are also connected. So we kind of had to work together to figure out all those things. But definitely.
You're good. You're good. We got it back.
I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Yes, my favorite thing about my suit would definitely have to be the blinking eyes, even though I had a ton of help with all of that.
Help is sometimes necessary, and it made for an incredible costume.
I agree. Thank you.
So with the Lakeland Ghostbusters, what do you guys kind of do?
So we started out in 2016. One of our friends got diagnosed with a disease called vasculitis. And then we realized that's just the same disease that afflicted Harold Ramis, one of the main Ghostbusters. And it took over a year as my best friend to get diagnosed. This is a really rare disease, and the symptoms are very similar to other diseases. So it took over a year and a half to get diagnosed. And then we said, like, we have the Ghostbuster stuff. This is a Ghostbuster related thing. Let's do a franchise. And at that time, They were starting doing the franchises. So we actually were inscribed by the Ghost Corps, which is the Sony branch. So we have our placard that we are official Ghostbusters franchise, the Lakeland Ghostbusters. That's when we started, and that's what we do. We raise money for the Vasculitis Foundation, and they help fund research into the vasculitis disease to help better diagnose. It's a disease, it's an autoimmune disease. It affects your vascular system. It could affect any part of your body, and it's a really hard disease to pinpoint. So that's why we do what we do.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yes.
That's so awesome.
Oh.
How can people get involved with your charity work?
Yes, you can find us at lakelandghostbusters.com, and we have all social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So you can find them, Lakeland Ghostbusters.
How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody feeling good?
Guys, today was absolutely incredible. Like, today was probably the best con day I've ever had. So I really hope you enjoyed that video because I just literally had the best day at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. So stay tuned for day 3 because there's so much more coming your way. Hi guys, it's day 3 of Tampa Bay Comic-Con and I made a new friend. The excitement of day 3 literally split him in half. But we're not gonna let you split in half, so let's go. I found this amazing cosplayer. Do you mind introducing yourself and telling us what you do?
Yeah, sure. My name is Shelby. I am the NPC. And I make cosplays from 3D printing, Warbler, foam work, sewing, hairs.
That's incredible. What kind of got you into wanting to do that?
Actually, my friend brought me to a convention once, and then I saw everyone there, and they were like, "Hey, I know you do a lot of like Halloween parties, and they're always awesome, but have you tried like doing this not during Halloween?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool!"
Well, I'm loving the outfit today. Did you make the wig?
Yeah, I did the wig myself.
That's incredible. Oh my gosh. I love it. Well, how long have you been doing this for?
I've only been doing this for maybe almost 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You're very talented.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you do your makeup too?
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
It looks so good.
Thank you.
Do you have any advice for anybody that might be wanting to get into like craft work?
I would say if you want to get into it, just get into it. Every time you fail, you learn something from it. So, even sometimes when you fail, it ends up turning into something awesome. And just be yourself. Do what you want to do. And when you're doing that, it's fun anyway. So, like, even if you're not where you're at, or you make something out of cardboard instead of like what other people are making out of, I've seen cardboard stuff look way better than like someone who made it out of metal. Like, it's awesome.
I love that. Yeah. Thank you for that advice.
Yeah, no problem.
I think you said it perfectly. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing all your other cool cosplays.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Hi, guys. I am here with Neil Nubon. Did I say that
Almost,
right?
very close,
Almost.
very close, very good. So far, so good.
Do you mind introducing yourself, kind of what you do?
Yeah, I do, yeah. My name is Neil Newbon, so not bad, pretty good. I'm an actor, director, producer, working in mainly in computer games, but also in TV and film and theatre. I've done loads of stuff.
That's incredible. So what kind of got you into wanting to do all of that?
Well, I got into originally being an actor because I wanted to be a storyteller. Because all I ever thought about and dreamt of was to tell stories, be on stage, entertain people. So that was it, really. I got into games because I was broke and I needed a job and I couldn't think of any ways to get into TV and film was very hard.
Yeah.
And I was not having a good time. I was in a lot of debt. And I accidentally found games, and motion capture specifically, and then realised it was like theatre and film, and also knew that I was good at it and that I was very excited by it. And I realised I could take my face off and become a character actor finally. And then what I mean by that is not be judged by how I look and do a certain role. That's appropriate to my ethnic background casting. So it was awesome. And then I started doing a lot of that. I started mentoring people. I was I'm a consultant as well. And then through that, I started directing and producing and just found that there's many, many things I can do that I'm good at in this part of the industry.
Well, that's incredible. That's a very big resume.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So...
It's been 30 years of work and 15 in games.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Oh, I had a whole theatre, TV, film career before I even got into games. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one of those things to do?
Nope.
No, you just love them all?
I like performance capture a lot because it's the best of film and the best of theatre.
Yeah.
So, like, metaphorical gun to head, I would go with performance capture because it gives me of both worlds.
I love that.
I don't have a preference because quite frankly it's all about the work and the character.
Yeah.
And each medium has its own amazing experiences and stuff. But I love performance capture. I think big part of my heart is in the volume.
I love that. Do you have a favorite character that you've done?
No.
No.
I mean, I love Astarion, but I also love Heisenberg. I also love like the countless other roles I've done that you guys won't ever see because they were motion capture roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too many. I mean, Astarion's got a special place for me, I think. But I don't consider having like a favorite. It's like having a favorite child.
Yeah.
Even if you do, you probably shouldn't say it. But yeah, it's like I have many roles that really mean a lot to me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My last question is, do you have any advice to anybody that might be trying to get into either games or acting?
Sure, it's all acting. So you're an actor. I don't like the term voice actor. I think it's reductive. So don't be a voice actor. Be an actor first and foremost. If you do voice work only, great. If you do theatre and film, etc., and games, it's awesome as well. I would recommend anybody start with the basics. Theatre foundation. It's the best for character work. It helps you take confidence, stage presence, develop your voice, control your voice, and also it's a great way of interacting with the craft in the first place. Do television, do film. If you can get into games through motion capture, performance capture, amazing, do that too. Do voice work, but be an actor, so learn the craft of acting. People tend to, especially, I would say, not as a generalization, in America, people are more focused on, you look like this person, you feel like that person, you're going to play that person for the whole of your career. I find that really boring. So I would recommend if somebody wants to really engage with acting, like Willem Dafoe, like De Niro, like Scorsese, all these amazing, huge, DiCaprio, all those incredible actors, learn theatre first. It's the best foundation grounding of acting craft, then learn television and film technique. And also, at the same time, you can do all of it simultaneously. It's not like you have to just pick one thing, because honestly, you won't be able to pick it. You'll be given it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So when the audition comes, take it. And if you get offered a job to begin with, your first job that is kind of, it's okay, take it anyway. Enjoy it and take what you learn for what you can. Because you don't get to pick what you do until you're much more successful.
Yes.
When people really want you. And that's also, success is up and down the whole time as well. So I think that's the big thing I would say, is learn the craft. Also have a backup plan for making money, which I really wish I'd learned that early. So get a job, a part-time gig that can pay you well, so you're not desperately worried about money every time you go into an audition. Oh, one last thing. If you're in an audition, it's because they think you're good enough to do it. You've got nothing to prove. That is your job, to audition. Show your work. That's your job. You don't have the job to begin with. Your job is to audition. If you get the gig afterwards, that's a bonus to do more.
I think that was perfectly said.
Well, it's rambling, but yes, thank you.
It was. I think the rambling was perfect.
The rambling was perfect.
I also love your fingernails, by the way.
Thank you very much. I'm holding this delicately, the world's tiniest microphone. It's so tiny.
Hi guys, I just met a very talented author. Do you mind introducing yourself and what you do?
Yes, my name is Chris Angelella, and I am 26 years old, and I am on the autism spectrum with Asperger's syndrome, and I have written and co-illustrated 6 books.
That's incredible. What made you want to become an author?
I've always just been a bit of a storyteller since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I would take my stuffed animals and recreate things I'd seen on TV or read books, so eventually I made it where I could actually tell the stories on paper and make them into actual books.
That's so awesome. You're so talented.
Thank you.
I saw some of your illustrations. I know you said you didn't draw them, but you did color them. Is that something you really like to do?
Yes, and I did kind of draw them. Like, I come up with the character designs, but I can't do movement. So I have another illustrator who does the movement for me, but I do help with the coloring in, yes.
That's so cool. You're like one of the coolest authors I've ever met, I think.
Thank you.
I don't know that I ever really wanted to be an actor. It was a little bit of an accident. I was a writer, and when I had an opportunity to do some improvisational acting, I realized that it kind of felt like writing in my head without putting it down on paper. That I had an appreciation for story, and so text became very important to me. Words became more important than what I looked like or how I felt, because I was not a natural fit for acting. But I fell in love with it and changed myself.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. You're so talented too. I know you said that you do stage, screen, and voice. What got you into stage performing?
Stage was where I started. Stage was foundational for me. I think it was improvisational comedy that initially brought me to the idea of perhaps considering acting, but I did a play in San Francisco that was a South African play, 2 characters about the situation in South Africa at that time, the apartheid situation. And when I got to the theater to audition, there were the director and the other actor who had been cast were in the basement. I went down, I did the audition, and I got the part, and the other actor was an actor named Danny Glover. And and so we did that play in San Francisco and up and down the coast of California. And when we got to LA, we got agents, and things began to happen, and they were out of my control. I couldn't stop it, and now I'm an actor.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
What do you think the hardest thing about acting is? Oh my gosh.
I think the hardest thing about acting is being simple. I think as we move around in the world, we're basically pretty clear on what we're going to do. And we do it, we move through it. We don't actually call attention to ourselves because, oh, look at what I'm doing. It's just what's happening because we have a story that we're working inside. And so it's the same thing in acting. You're given a story, but because it may not necessarily be your own, you have to do a tremendous amount of work, in my view, to make that story feel as natural as your own story. In fact, when it's good, it blends with your story It's kind of like an amalgam, sort of like a metal that, an alloy rather, that is, it's part you and it's part it, and it's both of you. So when that happens, I feel that you can't help but be natural, and that's what I work for.
Well, I think you said that amazing.
Oh,
and
thank you.
so much. Once again, you're so talented. So
Oh,
thank you,
thank you.
for this amazing interview.
Oh, thank you.
Hi guys, I found a booth that has live animals and they are the cutest. Do you mind introducing yourself and explaining what you guys do?
Sure. So we're the Wildlife Adventure Center in Wild in America. What we do is we bring animals for educational purposes and fundraising where people can learn about wildlife that's been in film and television, or just learn about wildlife and how they can make a difference in outside of the world of cons. And that's what we do.
I love that. How did you get into wanting to do that with animals?
We're very fortunate and blessed to have multi-generations of our family being in the business of film production with animals, as well as being in the attractions industry of zoological parks since the 1930s. So we've evolved over time, and we've come to this point here.
That's awesome. And I love that it's in the generations. That's so cool. What is this little guy's name?
So this right here is called a finger monkey, or known as a marmoset. His name is Bobby.
He's so cute. How long have you had him for?
Bobby's been with us since birth. He's 3 years of age, and Bobby can live up to about 20 years in captivity. In the wild, they're going to live less, anywhere but about 8 to 10 years, and that's just because of natural environments in Brazil, where they're from, in South America. So he's gets a better environment here. He could go back in the wild. We do have animals that are a part of a wild release program.
Oh, wow.
But he can't go back in the wild just simply because the animals would get to him and he wouldn't survive.
Yeah, we gotta keep him safe. Where can they find you guys at?
The easiest thing to do is go on Instagram, is @CoolZooParks.
Okay, perfect.
Hi, I'm Nia Vardalis, and you are watching Teens Wanna Know. I got to tell you something, though. I didn't know it was only 3 days. I'll be here tomorrow, too. Just by myself. Just me at the convention center, at my booth. Come on by.
Oh! We'll stop by.
All right.